Have you ever told someone directly that they hurt you? And somehow the conversation ends without your feelings ever being acknowledged. You explained what happened, you said how it affected you, but they never actually recognize your experience. No acknowledgement, no understanding, just explanations, defensiveness, or the topic changing. And you're left feeling like the emotional part of the conversation never happened. If you've experienced this, you're not imagining it. This is a pattern often called withholding validation. It doesn't look dramatic. There's no yelling, no obvious conflict, just a quiet absence of emotional acknowledgement. You might say, "That really hurt me." And instead of hearing, "I understand why that hurt," they respond with logic, corrections, or reasons why your reaction doesn't make sense. The conversation continues, but your feeling is never recognized. Over time, something subtle begins to happen. You start explaining more carefully, trying harder to be understood, searching for the right words that might finally make them see. Because validation isn't agreement. Validation simply means someone recognizes that your emotional experience is real. In emotionally healthy relationships, people may disagree, but they still acknowledge each other's feelings. You hear things like, "I see why that affected you." That creates emotional safety. So why would someone repeatedly withhold validation? Because acknowledging your feelings can feel like losing control. Validation may feel, to them, like admitting fault, accepting responsibility, or being emotionally vulnerable. Instead of tolerating that discomfort, they redirect the conversation away from your experience. And when this happens occasionally, it may just be a misunderstanding. But when it happens consistently, across conversations and over time, it becomes a relational pattern. And repeated withholding of validation is commonly recognized as a narcissistic relational pattern. Not as a diagnosis, but as a behavior pattern centered around protecting one person's emotional position while minimizing another's. The result is predictable. You remain uncertain. You keep explaining. You keep trying to reach understanding. And the emotional focus stays on them. For empathic people, this pattern can be especially confusing because you naturally validate others. So when validation isn't returned, you assume you just need to communicate better. But sometimes communication isn't the problem. Sometimes acknowledgement itself is being avoided. This isn't about blame, it's about clarity. Recognizing the pattern allows you to stop chasing emotional recognition from someone who isn't offering it, and that protects your empathy instead of draining it. You deserve relationships where your feelings don't have to be argued in order to be recognized. If this helped put words to your experience, like the video and subscribe to the channel. This channel exists to help you recognize narcissistic and manipulative patterns, calmly, clearly, and without blame, so you can trust yourself again. In the next video, we're going to explain why they deflect when confronted and why conversations suddenly move away from the original issue. Click here to watch.